time. I'll never be this young.
G'day everyone, welcome to today's YouTube video. Just sit down and enjoy yourself with me today at my desk. It's a lovely afternoon. I've set you up in the bird's eye. Hello, I might be able to see you every now and again because this angle, I forget how much you can actually see, but my head will probably dip in and out. So you're just sat with me at the desk. It's a beautiful afternoon. I have some slow, peaceful music on in the background. Maybe you can hear that. I'm just gonna journal with you. I have a whole lot of junk. This is just the surface of it. Let me grab my box for you. You know, every time this box fills up, I have to empty it, and it is chock-a-block full. So I don't know how far we'll get through, but I've pulled a bit of junk to start. And I've got my good old jumbo journal here, full of garbage, that I'm just gonna go through and de-stash and chat with you. I have to say I am feeling a little low. Nothing too sad. I just feel like, you know, perhaps I got a little too competitive and a little competition that I was in ended up meaning a lot to me, and then I don't know how it ended. Does that make sense? It's super cryptic. The whole Lady Gaga thing that if you saw on my Instagram, I made it into the finals, but then I just never heard anything, so I think I lost, which is okay. But I did end up getting pretty competitive. Out of nowhere, it suddenly meant something to me, which was really sad actually, because it was kind of ruining my experience. In the beginning, I really couldn't have cared less. It was just because it was my friend wanted it for his birthday. And I had no skin in the game. But I think out of nowhere, I mean, I can't even say out of nowhere, I was feeling pretty vulnerable a couple of weeks ago. I'm pretty sensitive. I'm extremely homesick right now, and I guess I'll chat to you a little bit about it. It's all fine. I'm all fine. Everything's fine. You know, people can lose things and, you know, move on and find the silver linings and everything. I'm just in a space right now where I think there's just a lot of factors that have led to me feeling just a little low, but it'll pass. I was feeling extremely homesick. I watched a video a couple of weeks ago, around the same time that I had submitted that competition video, and it really struck a nerve with me. And I've been chatting to a few friends recently about how they think, you know, this might be the end of their performance career, that dancing is coming to a close for them, and you know, we all get to any age really, and depending on where you're at, like it might be the end. And you just never really know how it's all gonna end. But for most of us, we've been dancing our whole lives, and it's a very painful thing to close that chapter. And so in talking to some friends about it, I think it was just crossing my mind a lot. And when it was crossing my mind, I was trying to unpack my feelings and thoughts about it, which just kind of opened a whole can of worms, to be honest. And then I started getting really, really in my feelings about it. And I think there was one specific part of this, I think it was an Instagram reel or something, one specific part that stood out, and it was that, you know, I only have so many years left, or so much time left to dance the way I want to. Because a lot of people will say like, oh, you can dance into your 40s, or you can dance for as long as you want. You know, yeah, for sure, pending your body holds out, you can dance for as long as you want. And there'll probably always be a type of dance you can do. However, I'm a huge attention seeker, and I love performing on stage in a costume, or on a parade route in a costume. Like, I just love the whole fantasy of performing. And realistically, I push my body to a limit probably beyond what it's going to be able to handle for much longer. I feel the limitations in my body already. I feel how everything that used to spring back so quickly just doesn't. I feel how many things hurt, and what a constant upkeep it is to make sure that you can still, you know, turn up and do your job every day. And those things, these are all misprints, by the way. Those things just really play on my mind. And that phrase really kind of encapsulates what I was specifically thinking about. That, like, maybe I wasn't fully aware that that was what it was, but I fear one day I will still be able to dance, but it just won't be what I want it to be. I'll feel too limited. I won't be able to thrash my neck around, or I won't be able to hit the floor. I won't be able to get my leg past my hip or something. And then I'll feel just how limited I am. And I just don't know if I'll ever be prepared for that day, to be honest. But I'm not there right now. And so I have this, I have this opportunity right now to know how grateful I can be for it while I still have it. And I want to make the most of it. I want to use every single part of it before it all goes away. But it's so reliant on me being able to book a job. Like, I can do things on my own in my house, or choreograph something, and I've started teaching, and that was kind of a response to my issues that I was having. Not issues, but my thoughts. But as far as performance goes, like, I can't choose which jobs I want to do. They have to choose me. And I feel like when it rains, it pours, and I can have so many opportunities, and then sometimes it's just months with nothing. And the months with nothing used to be so much easier to handle when I was younger, because I thought, well, I've got all the time in the world. And now they seem to go forever. Like, a month feels like a year. And I just think, what a waste. I have the body, I have the desire, I have the skill, I'm ready, I want to do it, but I just wasn't picked this time. And all of these things that we tell ourselves, like, that's the industry and that's just the way that it works, and you have to get used to rejection, and that all really does feel so much better when you're younger, because you just feel like you have all the time in the world to have a second go. I just don't feel like that anymore. I'm so hyper aware of the time that I might have left. And there's no time on it, but I already know from my car accident, like, the extent of my injuries. I mean, I won't be able to go much longer, I don't think. And I'm just, I don't know, this music is making me really sad. I feel like I'm gonna cry about it. I just get so nervous that it's just all going to end, and my swan song will be the saddest little nothing. And that's the thing too, I had to unpack whether it was my ego, like, did my ego need me to do something bigger and better, or to have achieved something specific? Because everyone tells you, like, oh, you should go here, you should work on Broadway, you should go and be in a music video, you should go and blah, blah, blah. And so I started to take that on board. I'm like, should I? Is that the thing that everyone thinks I should do? So maybe I should go and do it. And that's not true. I mean, I love working at Knott's Berry Farm. I love doing parades at Disneyland. There's no ego when I really look down in it, but I don't want to have periods where I'm not doing anything. And if you were here for 2023, you watched my endless whinging about that in 2023. But there was also a part of 2024 around Halloween where I was left without anything. And I really struggled through that time as well. And even though I've been going since Christmas, I'm just looking forward into the next part of the year, and I wonder about what's coming next. I wonder about the opportunities that I'll have, and how they'll be as experiences, who I'm going to be with, how far I'm going to be challenged, what type of performance am I doing? Is it worth doing something that I've already done before? Like, how many years do I want to repeat the same thing? Or do I take my eggs out of those baskets and try something else? So it's all up in my mind. It's swirling around. I am ultimately optimistic and hopeful, but it has made me very upset at times, because it just feels like this desperation that I don't like and that I'm not very used to. Look at all these Pop Mart boxes. For some reason, I've harvested every single bit of every single box. I'll make something with them. So I'll continue to perform and to put myself out there. But I've also started teaching again, dance, which I used to teach, not any kind of like long-term classes, but when I was in and out of contracts, when I would go home, I would teach workshops and guest teach in places. On cruise ships, I would teach my peers. I really like choreographing, I really like teaching, but in dance, I just, I've always preferred the performing over the teaching. So I'm excited to get more into that. And I think that's also going to help shift some of my focus into feeling like, you know, when the performing starts to transition, you know, and slow down, then at least I won't be out of everything altogether. I can transition into the teaching and the mentoring and, you know, use all of what I know and my skills in that way. I don't need all of this in here. I just need some stuff. These boards. This is where that went. I was looking for this everywhere. Anyway, hopefully that didn't sound too whingy, but it's just stuff going on in my mind, really. Get all of this in here. And it will all be good in the end. But I kind of put all of that alongside the Lady Gaga competition because I think that is what spurred a lot of it on. And I really wasn't expecting that. Because I was like, I have no skin in the game, it doesn't really matter. And then all of a sudden, it mattered in a way that I didn't think it would. Let's get this in here. Okay, I think that's good. I don't know how much more junk I'll be able to get in there. I just didn't want to feel like I lost. I had like my own personal issues in life that I don't typically talk about because why would I? But my own typical issues that I have is a lot of like worth. I tend to wrap up my worth in a lot of different things, and I don't, like, I think I'm worth what I can achieve, or I'm worth what people will pay for something, or I'm worth, and it's always so wavering. It's very unhealthy. So my worth as a dancer was kind of wrapped up in like, well, what job could I get, and could I stay employed, and did people want me? And it still kind of feels like that a lot. So again, if I go without some performance opportunity for too long, I start to think I'm a worthless dancer. Even if that's just not objectively true. It's just how I start to feel. And then if I, let me go back to the start, because I think is this the last page? It is. Go back to the start and get all this junk in there. Believe me, I already know this is an issue I have to work on, but you know, I just, for some reason I wrap up my worth in a lot of things that it shouldn't be. And it does not do me any good. I've just kind of had that struggle for a long time. I don't know if it's just because that's what people told me when I was younger, or if it's just because I'm too logical. I can't find another way to rationalize something. I always just think, well, if you were the best dancer in the room and you were so undeniably good, then they would have given you the job. And then, so I can't see another way out of that. So if I didn't get the job, then I just wasn't good enough. But that's just not always true. Sometimes you're too tall, or sometimes you're too large, or sometimes you're wrong for a different reason. But then I want to know that reason. I want them to tell me so I can go fix it. And then if it's not fixable, then I feel like I was set up. Like I should never have turned up to the audition, then I feel stupid. Because I'm like, well, if I was always too tall, why am I here? Why didn't you say it's shorter men? Or can you see the vicious cycle that I end up going on in my brain? And I talk myself off a ledge every time, but then I loop it back around whenever I get sad or whenever I'm in my feelings about it. And then I have to talk myself off a ledge over and over and over again. And sometimes it goes in a loop over and over and over again. I have to go to sleep because it's the only way to stop my brain from trying to fix it all. So obviously I'm a real treat to be around when an audition goes badly. Poor Steve. That's why Steve tries so hard to get me as many opportunities as he can, because he just doesn't, I don't think he can deal with any more upset on my part. And look, it all comes from a place of passion, so at the end of the day, it is a good thing. I am passionate. It shows that I care. I can't care less. Sometimes I wish I could. You know, I might have been completely different if I didn't have that accident and I didn't spend 7 years so anxiously awaiting to come back to dance, you know? Maybe I wouldn't care as much. Maybe I would have been finished already. But that's just not the way it happens, and unfortunately all that absence makes the heart grow fonder is very true. And the longer I spent away, the more I got desperate to come back. But I was just never prepared for it to ebb and flow as much. So I don't know what to do about it. I just keep trying. That's too big for me to want to deal with right now. Oh, this is cute. I made my friend's wedding activity booklet for their wedding. This is one of the little pages. Should I put it here? Yeah, I'll put it here. So that's the little rant portion over. I don't even know if I got whatever I was meaning to say out of it, but all in all, it's why I was feeling just a little low. So I had my soft music on to calm me down. But I wanted to journal with you, so I thought that's fine. We'll just journal. Do I have an envelope I could put these in somewhere? It's got to be a pocket or something in here. I guess I could put them in here. It's cute. Some misprint photos. Oh, this is when I realized my printer was going. But I'm really excited for more teaching. I think about you guys when I'm teaching dance, because I feel like I really learned to be a more effective teacher through art journaling than I ever did in dance. And I was kind of worried when I went back to dance that I'd be really horrible. Not as in like bad, like I wouldn't be able to teach it. I still feel confident about being able to teach, but I just remember being really hard, like a really hard teacher. And I didn't want anyone to feel like that. And you know, there are things that I do with art journaling that I feel like come so naturally. I feel like, oh yeah, this might be a pinch point where people might need some explanation, or I feel like I know all of that. In dance, I'm like, well, I don't know, where is people going to struggle? Which part is going to be the hardest? I don't know. And I guess I just developed that over time, so I just have to keep going with it. But I was a little stressed, but it went really, really well. And I've been teaching, I've called it production show dance. It's not really a style, because it could be anything. Like in a production show, you know, you could do jazz a lot of the time, but you could also do lyrical, you could do modern, you could do contemporary, you could do tap, you could do whatever, in whatever is in a show. But I didn't want to call it theater jazz or theater dance or anything, because I don't want it to be strictly musical theater. I love that I just put two right on top of each other. It's more just like something you should expect to see if it was the 1980s and you were on a cruise ship. Because I feel like it's a bit of a dying art, to be honest. A lot of all I've ever been employed to do is production show jazz. And it's made up of a lot of other styles. Oh, these stupid alarms. Sirens. It's made up of a lot of other styles, but I feel like it really focuses on building character and being able to perform it. Whereas like a lot of commercial dance, sometimes you're dancing in the background for an artist, like a recording artist. And in a lot of theater jazz, like sometimes if you're singing a lot, you can't be dancing a lot, so sometimes the dance is a little more simple and it doesn't employ as much technique or, you know, tricks or whatever. Competition jazz is usually a lot of tricks and it's super athletic and acrobatic. I want to put this. So there's just all kinds of different things going on for different things. But yeah, I had a great time and I got really good feedback, which is what I wanted. Definitely needed that. Where is this gonna go? See, this is what happens now when the whole thing is super full. I guess I can put it here somewhere in the land of misprint pages, test prints. Every time I was thinking about like, where could I go and learn dance like I've been asked to do on cruise ships before? I couldn't find a class anywhere, so I thought, oh, I guess I'll do that. Because it's super fun and I love it, and maybe other people will want to do that too. Just didn't want all that backing in there. It's fine. Oh, now she's rolled up. I'm gonna roll her the other way. Oh, look at all the dust coming off. Not this song. This one's doing my head in. I put peaceful listening. Why is there so many drums in it? Ooh. Let me put this here. Yeah, I could let that fold up, but... Oh, are they two different things? I think that's two different... Yeah. Well, it's just gonna be like that. I don't want that there now. Got it. So that's what I'm gonna focus on teaching for now. Still too big. Don't want to have to deal with this. I just feel like all the stuff I've pulled now is so big I can't fit it in here. This can go somewhere. Why is this not coming off? I'm almost out of my glue runner. Maybe I'll grab a marker and just run through everything whenever I feel like I don't have enough space. This is a little mock-up book that I made to see how I should print it. That little activity booklet. Now this already had some adhesive on it. That's why I wanted to put it in, because I didn't want it to touch everything and get sticky everywhere. I'm gonna put some of this down. Oh no, I hate when that happens. If it ever touches itself, because it's got that serrated edge, it becomes a nightmare to peel up. Because each little groove makes it a little strip. Ugh, that's a nightmare. I am gonna make you watch it. I assume you're all journaling anyway. I have a whole lot of empty art supplies that I need to get replacements for. I need to make a list. But I've been wanting to just buy them out and about. So I have a couple of stationery stores that I go to, but I'm more just thinking, like, unless it's pressing and I really, really need it, like a white gel pen or something. Even that, I got something different. I actually got a correction fluid this time. So I'm excited to see if I enjoy using that. I'll just wait until I go out. Like, I buy all my Tombow markers individually because I've never really wanted the whole set, just certain colors. Oh, I got it. There we go. All for that. Such a weird smell to this brown tape that I really, really love. It reminds me of Christmas when I was younger. I don't even know why. There we go. Just fold that over so I don't have that issue again. But like if I'm out and I just see one of the Tombows that I know that's run out, but then again I forget. I forget if it is run out or not. So I think that's why I need a list, but I'm not going to buy it online. I think I just want to run into it in the wild and pick it up there. Some Valentine's Day themes. I'm going to put this. I feel like I just need a bit of tape. Just tip it in right there. I'm sick of thinking right now. We're finishing up our show over at Knott's Berry Farm as well, because they're going to... Our shows usually coincide with one of the seasons of fun. So I think there's 5 seasons of fun during the year. This is the peanut celebration. So our show really only goes for the peanut celebration. Then they go into the Boysenberry Festival, and that's when Preserved is on. And I'll be doing Preserved, which is exciting. I'm excited to revisit that. And then while I'm doing Preserved, I'll have rehearsals for Better Together. A Pixar Pals celebration, the parade that I was in last year. I'm going to go do that again through the summer. So that's really going to make me pretty busy coming March 9th. That's why I really need to get my Daisy Star workshop done before then, because I'm still going to be here for my YouTube. At least I still plan on it. Touch wood, nothing happens. But as far as workshop stuff gets done, I need to finish that one up so I can turn my focus onto Virtual Voyage 10 and really be ready for that. I need to give that extra time, more so than I would usually give it, because in my head it's bigger than everything, bigger than Ben-Hur, which stresses me out a little bit. I should just take all the pressure off in my mind, but I can't. I just can't seem to. It's just 10. This is like my 10-year, it's my decade of art journaling, and it's my 10th virtual voyage, and I feel like all of that needs to tie in the most special and exciting way. So, no idea I think up is good enough. It's so tragic. Goodness, I sound like I'm on the struggle bus. Maybe I am. Who knows? I gotta go into my 5-year, and I'll go and see if maybe the start of the year puts me into a bit of a struggle, because I swear it's been a little uphill the start of this year. I mean, some family stuff as well, but just everything seems to be a bit much. I don't typically know myself to struggle so much. Could be a pattern each year. That's why I love the 5-year. It will reveal my patterns. And now that I'm saying it, you know, I do think there is something about the start of the year that always puts me a little off. Okay. I like that there. Let me put this in here, because I might need to pull that out for Christmas next year. These were Christmas photos that I had in frames. So part of me thinks I'll pull them back out when I need to put them in the frames again for next year, but they can just stay in here for safekeeping until then. So where is a little pocket here? That's going to be too shallow. That's too small. I think I'm gonna put it in here as well. There we go. Remind me that my grand photo is in there. I'll probably end up reprinting it, so don't stress too much. Don't set a reminder on your phone for Christmas this year to tell me where my thing is, but I will forget. 100% I'll forget. Put this in here, a little pop of color. My Burger King crown. I feel like I want to staple that somewhere. Here. Here. I think here is good. Don't know if that one went through. Doesn't matter. Then this will be my last 2 bits of ephemera, and I might grab a marker and just run through and do some drawings, because I just feel like scribbling over a bunch of stuff. Ooh, that came out. Got this little stage for my Labubu's. It's so stupid, but I love it. Nope. I'm gonna have to get a new jumbo journal soon. I think this is the last one I have. I'm sure I have another one. This one was a lot of pages, and I think bigger than the normal ones that I use. So I'm not surprised it took all this time. I might put you here. Why not? All right. Where is my... I bought a whole stack of new pens that I can't find. I tried to find them yesterday and I still don't know where they are. I just need something permanent that I can draw on top of everything else with. Sharpie? Let's see. Let's draw one of my Labubus somewhere. We'll just start from the start. A very good place to start. And we'll see what I want to do. Love how dead that is. Could not be happier with how dead that is. Oh, this is good. Hirono. I love when I sing along to the royalty-free music like I know it. Here looks like a good spot for a little drawing. Labubu. I really don't care how good these drawings are. I mean, in fact, I really don't actually. It's more just about doodling and having a place to doodle. Just holding on to the photo. He loves it. Color in his eyes. And I might go around him with this really extra bold side. sound. Some white eyes. I don't really think that works. I wish my whiteout marker was here. You know, liquid correction fluid? That's what I got. Instead of a white gel pen this time. You know what? I know there's some pictures in here. Some faces that are ready to be drawn on top of. Because I had all this old concept stamping workshop stuff in here. And I thought, well, if ever I was bored, I could just open this up and start drawing on them. But look, there's one there. I mean, she's essentially a shadow map, so maybe I want to keep her the way it is, but I know there's some blank ones. Oh, I just put that over the top of it. You fool, Kim. I knew it. I got rid of it. I got rid of my opportunity to draw. It's fine. There's always another place to draw. In fact, I'll just draw over the top of it then. Who do I want? This diva. Sometimes the way an art supply feels on something is just so satisfying, and the way that this moves across this glossy cardboard surface is so appealing. I'm gonna base her off of this chick up here with her red bows. The tiniest little hair though. Beauty mark. Give her some red bows and red lips. I should have done the no black outline for the lips, because I think that would look really cute. Just a solid red block. Try and go over the black. Cute. She's sweet. No, I can't close this because it's paint marker. Let me see what time we're at, because I do have to get going in a minute. Oh, we're almost at 40 minutes. I said I was going to do an hour. I'm 20 minutes short of an hour. What am I gonna do? Oh, do you know what? I'll get rid of this. Maybe I'll zoom you in a little closer and we'll get out my little... this guy, and we'll put the finishing touches on him. Okay. So this is pretty much finished, honestly. Let's just have a look at some little blank spots and see if we just want to put something somewhere. Because I feel like this was always missing something. I just don't know what. Maybe this... from Collage Club. Steve on his phone. Oh, Snoofy. Oh, don't want to use the... It's gonna make that mistake again and use the paint marker. Where is that huge marker I just had on the floor? We'll call him Snoofy at work instead of Snoofy. That's cute. This one's all done. Look at Ligelou when he was little. And the other babies. These are all done. This is all done. Literally not a spare ounce of room anywhere. It's all done. This is all done. That's all done. I might be able to put some color up there. What do you think? I don't even know what color I would want. Maybe it's fine just like that. Do I have any teeny tiny? Oh, I do. I want to put these teeny tiny little stickers up there because I think this one looks like water. There can be little bubbles. I want to cover those little marks. That's cute. One more for good luck. Right there. Okay, that's her little bubbles. That's done. This is everything here. I think that's done. Nothing else for me to do there. My laboo-boos. Here, this is all done. I feel like the first page could do with a sticker or something. I don't know, something down the side. Do we have pink? What pink do we have? Oh, love her. I think we could just put a bunch of pink stickers down here. Or this purple one too, that's pretty. Look at Bianca. Love that. I want to put a little sticker up there. What size would fit? I think that size will just fit. Cute. Ah, now this page is a little, I don't know, it's like, how do you finish this page? I mean, what is going on really? It looks insane. I think it's finished just for the pure fact that what else would you do to it? I do feel like something has to happen to it though. But what? That one I'm gonna have to sit with. These are all good. Maybe I could put some color on some of these. The yellow in here. Oh, okay, so not to go back to this, but probably just to go back to it because I'm seeing it right here. My little, congratulations, you're a potential finalist for the MasterCard Lady Gaga competition. I think the thing that really threw me off is because I had already kind of mourned losing and was telling Steve like, oh, I think I lost because I didn't hear from them and it's already been a week and, you know, they should know by now. And then the day after I found out, Steve was like, see, don't count yourself out before it's done. Like, blah, blah, blah. Don't think you've lost when you don't even know if you've lost yet. And I was like, no, you're right. I need to be more optimistic and blah, blah, blah. So then this time around, when I was waiting for the next round of results, I was being super optimistic about it, being like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna win, I can't wait, it's gonna be so good. And then when I didn't hear back from anybody, I was like, see, this is why I protect myself by just assuming that I've lost, because it hurts my feelings so much when I find out that I do lose. And like, it's not like anyone tells you, they just don't contact you. And of course, I'll be, you know, they'll be egg in my face in the best way if this all turns out to be the same thing and I've jumped the gun again, but I'm pretty sure the judging period finished 2 days ago and I never heard anything, so you just got to go with what you assume. But I'm gonna just move forward, reminding myself that I was never gonna go in it anyway, and that it was nice, good exposure, and that I really did actually gain something from it. I think it really gave me the push that I needed to restart up my old, not my old, but like I had a personal Instagram account that I never really used. and I needed one for dance because I am so over trying to separate the content on my jlbCREATIVE one because I know people are not there for dance and there's so much of it there, especially in all my saved highlights. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start a dance Instagram, then I can keep them separate and people won't be upset that I keep spamming everybody with dance stuff. But I just decided to pick up my old one, my old personal one, and turn that into a dance one. It is so confusing to know what I've posted where and which account I'm on at any given time, but I'll get there, I'll learn. And so I think that was like a nice little push that I got from it, which was unexpected. I guess because I thought I am dancing, that like I am taking myself seriously as a dancer, but I still think there's that part of me that the same way that I just want to assume that I've lost so I don't hurt my feelings. Sometimes I just assume that like these opportunities aren't going to come to me, so I don't get disappointed that they don't. But I need to turn that around and be a lot more delusionally optimistic about it, and then just lie to myself when I don't get it. That's my gran used to do. If I used to lose, gran would say it was all rigged, and I was like, no, you're so right, it's all rigged. I was never going to win anyway. And that was really easy to get away with when it was your gran telling you. But she doesn't tell me that anymore. So I have to tell myself that. Just secretly, just quietly, so I can cope and manage and move on. This is all done. I can't believe it. I had such a blast in this journal. I've got some blue over here I want. It's a little blue marker. Free. I love the cover. So many random stickers on there. I feel like I need that mermaid somewhere. She can't go there. Can she go here? I think she can go there. Ooh. She needs a bubble too. And this is the back. Did I want anything on the back? I've already got a portrait up there. No collage club on the back, I don't think. This is me in high school. This is how, I think it was at grade 12 formal. I think it was 18 there. Oh, I think I'll put her up there. There we go. Lovely. So I just need to have a think about what I want to do here. And I could just start. What have I got to lose, right? Sometimes I just want to doodle anyway. These big crayons. I think they're water soluble. I'm just going to use them as chunky pencils. really get into the nooks and crannies very well, but it's okay. This little cardstock, I remember this from home. It might be the American Crafts one actually, but I had a craft stock like this at home that was kind of, it felt variegated. Is that what you call it? Corrugated. Ding, ding, ding. Actually, that's what I wanted that for, to go over this, orange and blue. Nice contrast. This will probably transfer a little bit, but it's okay. This is like those old stream of consciousness pages. Every time I've turned to this page, I've just done something else to it. You might have been on that live stream where I did that whole fairy thing down here. She's completely gone now. This journal has been very much about transformations. And I wouldn't even say like covering up the old. I did start by covering up a bunch, but it's almost like just reworking the old, transforming it. And I could really just keep this journal at my desk for the whole year and just keep adding random little bits to it as I see fit, but it would have to be the tiniest little bits, and I just love where it's at and I love what it represents, so I do kind of want to archive it at this point. But I'll have to do a nice big flip first. That's good there. Where's my silver gel pen? Here. I had a good time with this the other day. It just shows up super well on everything that's even a mid-tone. Like, you don't even need it to be too dark. It's funny how some things I remember doing and then other things I don't remember doing at all. I have no idea when these happened. Okay. I really don't think there's anything else I want to add. Some pink. Or like this that I did so long ago, but sometimes the black ink will still react. You'd think, like, how many years do you need for it to become fully stable? But some of these inks will just always react. Oh, it's dry there. Maybe it was my pen. I love the orange and the pink when it makes a hot coral. It's pretty. I need a light colored pencil that would go over the top of all of this. Something really soft. Maybe this green. Goes over a little bit. It's not super vibrant. This one just needs to be able to show up, I guess. There is really no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing. If you've ever seen those stream of consciousness art journaling videos, it's just that. I get a feeling to do something and then I just do it, and it can't be wrong because I'm just going with it. But usually those I do when I'm like a little overwhelmed or need to unfuss my brain. And since I'm in a vulnerable spot today, I mean, is that what we're getting from this? Does it look vulnerable? She's attacking her. This pencil is chipping away at the paint. I don't even remember what's underneath. It's like those restorations and you see something completely new underneath. I think it's just really thick paint, to be honest. That magic tape, you can go over it with pencil. Actually, do you know what I think would be the last final touch for this? A second layer of red on these lips, because they look a little dull. That's pretty. All right, actually, I think that's done. Oh, tried to put that in the wrong place. Let's leave it there. I have to leave it open because it needs to dry, but that is it for me today. Sorry I took you on a bit of a weird journey there. I do feel like it's something I have to talk about because I keep you abreast of my dance journey, and it is a lot of what I am going through personally. Like, it's so weird. I have this art journaling and I've been doing it for so many years, but for those years when I hadn't been dancing, I had been reflecting a lot about art journaling. Like, my life was mostly about the work that I was doing. And so it all kind of fed back in on itself. And I know for the longest time I would mention it a lot, but there wasn't a lot of stories to share except for old stuff that happened back in the past. And now that it's all current and new, I obviously want to share in that, but I can feel myself talking about the same things over and over again. And I hope it's not too boring. That is just my life and where it's at. And the journaling now is a lot about that rather than journaling about journaling and, you know, my work day doing that. It's journaling about all the other aspects of my life that, you know, I've come to enjoy. But I just sometimes I feel like there's no context for why sometimes I'm journaling about like the sad aspects of it or about the things that really frustrate me. And I have been just a lot more candid in my journals lately, even things that I think people might be able to see online. Like, I've really started to care a lot less about it because, you know, it's not like I've censored myself in the past, but I have really tried to make sure that I haven't given away too much. And there are some things I really just can't give away because, you know, they're not it's like intellectual property I can't share. But for the most part, like, I like to keep you a part of my journey because that's just always what I've done. It's just so much of this journey now is split in two different ways. And with art journaling, if I'm completely honest, I feel like I fell into a groove of doing exactly what I love for such a long time now, that other than making workshops and sharing more about it and choosing themes and, you know, things to do with lessons, I'm so good in this flow state that I've been in that I haven't been buying anything new. I haven't been, ever since I stopped working with Art Snacks, like, I don't do those videos anymore. There's no new art products in my studio. I feel like I got to this point and now I'm just smooth sailing. So sometimes I feel like a lot of it goes without saying, but I guess I do need to maybe consider that a lot of people haven't heard what I've said before about the art journaling and focus a bit more attention on that. I mean, I know at the end of the day you're very generous and you'll always encourage me to do and, you know, say whatever I please, but, you know, especially now with them making more of my transition away from sharing, I'll still share dance on my jlbCREATIVE, but especially now that I'm putting a lot of it over towards my personal Instagram and making that very dance focused, I do hope to kind of split those things apart a little bit more clearly moving forward so that we can just focus on jlbCREATIVE world. I'll still share my stories, I'll still, you know, do everything, but hopefully make that a little bit more clear, a definition between the two, because in my life it's all just, it's every day, all day. My head exists in both places, and it's really not even doing me a service at this point to not have a clear boundary between two. So we'll see how that goes. That's just where I'm kind of moving at the moment. I guess this is my last ditch effort to share as much dance related news as I can. I'm sure I'll share many stories moving forward anyway, but in my head, I am choosing to make a bit of a distinction between the two at this point. So we'll see how that goes. Thank you for joining me for this afternoon. I hope you have a lovely weekend, and I catch you wherever I do. Keep a lookout for the Daisy Style Workshop number 2 if you're interested in that. I'll hopefully have that ready in the next few weeks, and I'll see you around when I see you. Bye.
I wanna share